it's great to be here. You know, it's great to be here in Austin, Texas. Fantastic track. People is really enjoying, you know, the Formula One race. I hope we can have a great weekend for you guys. The season is going well. I mean, we are there fighting with Ferrari for the third place, which is really a great result for the team. And I still hope that we can have an incredible three last race and score good points and you know, be again on the podium for, I hope, for a few times until the end of the season, especially last race, which is double points.
And I'm not the only one that is so happy to see the Martini colors back on a race car. I mean, just one of the best liveries out there.
Yeah, it's true. It's honestly, it's one of the best cars. Great color, very historical colors, you know. And I'm sure people is really enthusiastic to see our cars, and I hope we have enough shirts, you know, for you guys to
have some hats
to have and to buy.
And
some
I'm
caps,
done.
You know.
Throw out some hats, but don't start a riot, please. Sergio Perez, describe your season for us so far.
Well, first of all, thanks for everyone to come. And yeah, I mean, my season has been a bit up and downs. Starting the season when the car was really strong and we could score a good amount of points. I had a couple of races, some reliability issues, which prevent me to score good amount of points. But I mean, we managed to get a podium in my third race with the team, which was very special. And obviously after the summer break, we've been in the points all the races. So it's been a good season, I would say. And there are 3 more races to go. As Felipe says, the last race is double points, so everyone will try to do their best on that race.
Besides, Esteban, the obvious answer of winning, what are your goals for the last couple of races here, and what do you see for next year? You guys are all, listen, I mean, you're on the up. What do you want to do what do you have to prove left?
Well, unfortunately, my goal for these last 3 races is to score a point. You know, this is this is one of the most challenging seasons so far I've had in my career. I have to say that in many ways it's been quite positive internally, you know, personally as well. Obviously, to the outside, doesn't look very nice, and the results are quite bad. So it's been frustrating first half of the season. Then you have to cope with it, and you have to get on and try to get the maximum from what you have in the car.
All right, let's open it up to you, the fans. I can't. It's hard for me to see, so I'm going to stand up. Where do we have the first question? Right over here.
Is it on? Hello. Hey,
Hello.
My question is for Felipe. Hi. What you and Bottas have done for Williams this year has been amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Has it met or exceeded your expectations for 2014? And then what are you expecting for 2015 next year?
Thank you for the question. So, yeah, I think the year is going really well for us. So Williams had a very difficult moment until last year, and so he had so many changes inside the team, and I think all this change was really positive. So the team is doing a fantastic job, and I'm sure we can do a better job even preparing next year. So I don't think the rules will change completely from this season to next season. So I think when you have a good car, you know, you just need to work to develop and to carry on in the same direction. That is what we're doing, is what we believe in is the correct things to do. Definitely will be some change in the car for next year, but you know, I really believe in the team. You know, Valtteri is a great driver as well, so we're able to score. You know, he's doing a fantastic season as well. You know, scoring good points. So I was a little bit unlucky in some races, but I hope the luck is with us, and especially here this weekend in front of you guys. But also, you know, doing a fantastic last 3 races, and also preparing very well next year, because I believe we can be there. I believe we can be there, maybe even fighting for, you know, Red Bull, and also I hope Mercedes, which won't be easy, but we're gonna try everything we can.
Before we get to the next question, candidly, just between us and the people watching online, What was your thought of the nose? First thing that went in your head when you see the nose of the car?
I was not nice. But next year we're better.
The very honest Felipe Massa. Yeah, that's better than the other one. Where's the next question? Let's do on this side of the room. We'll go back and forth. And let's try to get into the middle. Let's don't punish the people in the middle, right? We don't need the extreme left and right. It's not a political show. Yes, over here.
All right, my name is Spencer. I'm just wondering, since the first time y'all raced here with the V8 to now with the V6 turbos, how has your strategy changed?
Do you care who that goes to, Spencer?
All of them.
We don't have time for you to hog the whole thing, Spencer. Sergio Perez, V6 turbo?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it doesn't change at all. I mean, the strategy or whatever, it doesn't really change. Obviously, the way you drive is not really depending much on the engine. It depends much on the way the car has changed. We have obviously less downforce, so it's what changes. But I don't think from the engine point of view, it changes a lot.
The sound.
Can you do an impression for us, Felipe? I think it goes something like this. Is that good?
A little bit less than that, maybe.
I can't do that. All right, let's get next one. Where's the microphone? Okay, over here. Yes.
First
Yes,
of all, I'd
miss.
like to say thank you so much to all of you for being here. Could I please ask Felipe, what do you think the safety regulations, how much input do the drivers have? And after Jules's accident, do you think that will be changed more or less?
Well, I hope it changed more because it was not. I think it was a disaster to see his accident, and it was pretty hard, to see that he hit the tractor. I think that it cannot happen, in the whatever situation in Formula One, and especially in the condition that it was pretty, raining. Visibility was so bad in the very high-speed corner. So, yeah. So it was a lot to, that we are, driving, trying to give our opinion, to FIA, and I hope these things we will never see anymore because it was really a big one.
And I think we should all keep Jules Bianchi in our thoughts
sure.
and prayers,
Yeah,
whatever.
that's the most important thing.
It's
Thinking
just,
about Jules. Yeah.
Before I'll quick follow up, do you think Esteban? I'll ask you this: do you think they should have the cranes out on the track? We've seen this, obviously not to the terrible extent of Jules Bianchi, but in Monaco, the cranes are right there. I know the local yellow. We all know the local yellow. You don't slow down as much as you should because you can use the time to catch up. Should they have the cranes out during a live track, even a local yellow?
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, it makes sense to not have a tractor in the track. I mean, it's probably one of the most dangerous things you can have in these years in Formula One. Some extra variable that is not that shouldn't be there. And I think Monaco is a good example that it can be done from the outside or even something that covers around, the truck. It could be a good idea. Yeah.
All right, next question to this side of the room. Where's the microphone? Go ahead, whoever has the microphone.
Yeah, I have quick question. Just talking about the skill set of a driver. What is maybe a natural skill set that they may possess, and what needs to be developed? What do you work on? To any of the drivers.
Felipe, the oldest one. Teach us something.
Hey, take it easy. It's longevity. It's not age, right? Few have had a career like Felipe Massa. Yeah. That's for us old guys. No. What's the most important skill you've had to last this long with the success you've had?
Well, I think you need to definitely you need always to believe yourself. You need always to believe that you can get better. You can learn. So having a little bit of experience, but you always learning. You always getting better. You always need to believe that you need to be better on the physical point of view, on your concentration. The Formula One is changing every year a lot, and we always need to start and learn things from zero, you know. So, and I think that's important. You need to have your feet on the ground, tell and be always strong what you believe is correct, you know, for the team, because the team needs also the driver to be inside and to motivate that and to give also the good direction, you know, the good lines, you know, for to keep improving. Because if you start the year with a good car, but if you don't improve the car from the middle of the season, you will be completely behind. So I think, you know, every day is important, and it's part of the. Sometimes people think that we're just there racing on the weekend, but we're working a lot during the whole week. You know, going to the factory simulator is a lot. Is not so small. You know, our working and our job in Formula One. So, and the team, our team has 500 people, 600 people working just for 2 cars. So it's a lot.
And the physicality is amazing. I mean, everybody, you see these drivers that come in with their trainers. Sergio, how do you guys stay so fit? I mean, how much do you work? How much is the physical aspect of it?
No, it's very important. As Felipe says, always room to improve, and always you have to improve year after year. It's my 4th year in Formula One, and it's definitely my best year physically, and I hope to say the same in my 5th and 6th year. It's very important, no? Because imagine we have a race of 2 hours and a lot of things going on through the race. Sometimes the races are decided in the last lap, in the last corner. So you really have to cross the finish line without thinking at all on the physical side, because you have so many other things to worry about that you cannot worry at all about your physical state during the race.
Are you training, really?
Wow. If we ran back from here to the hotel, who would win? Don't answer that. It'll make headlines. Where's the microphone, please? Can we hold the microphone up so I can see, and then there? Yes.
Hi, I have a
Yes, sir.
I have a question for both Esteban and Checo. First of all, this is you get a lot of fans from Mexico last year. You have a lot of fans from Mexico this year. What's it going to be like for each of you next year? In Mexico.
Well, it's gonna be amazing, as you can imagine, with all the Mexican energy, and it will just be the. Come on, more energy, more energy. No, it's with what? Sorry.
Come on, Sergio, give us a little more. Give us a little more than that.
What it means, cabron?
And he's Brazilian. It's unbelievable. Sergio, tell us what it's going to be like. I mean, going back to Mexico for the first time in forever, it's going to be amazing.
It will be amazing. I mean,
can I hang out in this Force India pit? No.
No. You stay here.
No, he said no.
It's only for Mexicans. I'm sorry.
It's a good point.
No, it will be amazing. I mean, since I'm 12 or 13, I never raced in my country. So to go back after so many years, more than 10 years, to race in Mexico, and now with Formula One, it will be really, really special. So I really look forward. I have received so much support from my country throughout my career, and I'm sure it will be great as a country to have the Formula One back.
I think the technical word for how the race is going to be is loco. It's going to be awesome, and I hope I get to go. Where's the microphone? It's so low. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Hi, this is for Sergio. 4 years ago, there was an interview with your dad that he said that you said Hulkenberg was one of the best drivers you ever saw when you were in GP2. Is he the toughest teammate you ever had in your career?
I mean, it's really hard to compare every teammate, but definitely I will put him amongst the best. I've been really lucky to have such a teammate in my Formula One career, and I will put Nico very high up. I really rate him, and I think he's a very strong driver, very complete, and yeah, to be up against him fighting race by race is it's a really good proof of. I mean, he's really competitive, and it's hard to say if it's the best I had, but I would say he's definitely one of the best drivers Formula One have at the moment.
Gentleman with the Red Bull hat on. Just say it and I'll repeat it if nobody can hear it. It's for you.
Yeah, I feel that I'm gonna have great luck and a great energy this weekend. So I hope we have a great race and a fantastic show for you guys. And I hope we see our white cars in the front as well.
And let's quickly address that fact. Obviously, there are 4 fewer cars in the grid this weekend. I know it's tough to see those teams go away. I'm sure you have friends in those paddocks, a lot of workers. Does it make it a little bit easier from a racer's perspective being near the front? That there's less traffic?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think definitely we want to see as you know, a lot of cars on the track. You know, that's what we wanted. We want to be there. We want to see the teams there fighting, and as many cars on the track is better for the show, for Formula One. You know, it's for sure it's not nice what's happening this weekend, but I hope these things will be better in the future.
I want to get some people in the middle of the room here. Yes, the gentleman waving his hands frantically. I was waiting for the blame the media question. And I agree, sir. I agree. Esteban, is the media to blame?
No, you cannot. It's for you to say. No, it's. I mean, it's been a tough season, and I've also made mistakes in all of this. You know, frustration and a lot of pressure. But something that I feel very confident about is that I've been able to handle that pretty well. And thankfully I've been extracting the most out of the car that I have. And the main reference is my teammate, and to, you know, in a certain way to be quicker than him, and to be, you know, most of the time in front. You know, it's a good reference, and to me to also improve the car during the season together with the team is a very good improvement. And I think you need to have, you know, those kind of skills, and that's why I'm focusing to develop those skills for the future.
That was a nice dodge, by the way. That was a good dodge. Oh, yes. Yes, you in the Ferrari T-shirt. I really can't. It's to you.
Well, I don't know if this will happen or not. So I think it's difficult to comment. You know, I think we need to wait and see how it's gonna be this weekend, how it's gonna be Brazil, and also it's difficult to say. You know, it's better to have more cars on the track for sure, but it's better to have the right ideas. So I don't know what to say, and we need to wait and see what's gonna happen.
Will you sign with Alonso and Audi in 2016? I just made that up. It was on the internet. It can't be true. I mean, come on. Yes, miss.
Hi, my question is for all of the drivers. What is the one thing you look forward to most about coming to Austin?
Esteban, what is your favorite part of coming to Austin? Close to Mexico?
To have the Mexican support, it's just amazing.
Top that, Sergio.
For me, I would say the same. I mean, we wait so long to have a race in Mexico, and this is the closest we can get to home. So definitely the support we get here this weekend is amazing.
But let's agree, Esteban and Sergio, that even next year, that we will still see a huge outpouring of support from the Mexican community for this race, right? Yes. We need you. It's a great event.
For me, it should have the American support and the Mexican support. I say American support and Mexican support. So
Why did you leave out the Brazilians? He didn't say Brazilian.
because
Scandal.
Because I'm gonna have next week.
That's
the
right.
Brazilian.
All right, next question. Where's the microphone over here? Way in the back. Go ahead, in the back. Yep.
This question for Esteban. As the youngest driver up there, can you describe the different pressure and journey from breaking into F1 versus succeeding in F1?
I think it all goes down to the experience of how much you raced in the past, how many categories you went through. I don't think the age is really dictating something, so I wouldn't put something related to the age. Yeah, I only say that the difference is the experience. I mean, why are you saying?
Do you support people racing next year that may or may not be allowed to get legally driver's licensed in the United States? When will we have our first preteen on the F1 grid?
There is one difference between supporting and, wishing the best.
But do you think, seriously, do you think there is an age, given the skill level, the risk, that there is an age that is too young? At the F1 level, not karting or F2 or, GP2 or Formula Renault, whatever it is.
I was pretty young as well, so I don't think so.
There's a headline, Esteban Gutierrez supports young people. Sergio, what do you think?
Well, I think definitely that's really, really on the edge of being too young. Formula One is so many things involved, and not only driving. It's one of those series that is not just driving, not just being quick over a single lap. There are so many things. But I believe if the kid is good enough, he will succeed anyway. So let's wish him good luck.
There you go. Or her in the future.
Of course.
Yeah, right here in the front.
Next question, please. No, she's actually a, good team principal. I have to say that she's been in a lot of pressure. She's been doing her effort, and I think, and I'm quite confident that she will find the right path for the team in the future.
Yes, you brought your son.
I have brought my son, yeah.
How old is he?
How old are you?
5.
5.
Thank you for coming out.
Right,
Thank you.
who's
You're
your
awesome.
question?
Thank you.
He's gone all shy. His question is for Felipe Massa. He wants to know if you can make your car really fast to win the next race in Brazil.
Well, first of all, my son is 5. He will
Yeah,
turn 5
we met you at
this month,
Silverstone.
November.
He's a Lightning McQueen
Yeah.
fan as well. So,
Great.
Yeah, we said hello, didn't
Great.
we? Do you remember?
Yeah. But, well, I really hope we can fight for the victory. I think we get, the team get few podiums this year. I really hope we can be there fighting for the victory. We need to see how Mercedes is going to be on these next races. But whatever opportunity, we need to be there, and then maybe we have a chance to win. So let's try. Really, will try everything I can for him as well.
And it's nice to know we have another generation of Formula One fans coming online. Yes, sir, with the glasses and the gray.
Unfortunately, maybe from each driver, there's a lot of challenges in Formula One. Maybe you could explain for each of you what's maybe the toughest thing you've had to overcome on your quest for championship.
Toughest thing you each have overcome.
Or have to overcome.
Have, yeah. Yeah, aside from the car in front of you, which is always a challenge. Yeah, you want to overcome that guy, and then maybe you be seriously.
Esteban should be the first one.
Oh, Esteban, in your long career, what is the toughest challenge? What's the highest hurdle you faced, or will face?
No, I have to say that this season has been the most challenging one, to face the frustration not only on me, but also around the team, and to be able to motivate them as well, and to keep myself motivated.
How do you do that?
Yes.
How do you keep yourself motivated?
Enjoying it, and really, being thankful of the position that I have at the moment, and yeah, to enjoy the experience, enjoy every moment, and yeah, to be happy.
Yeah. Because there's 18 of you, and there's about 18,000 that would like to take your place. You know what I mean?
Yes, we are very fortunate, and
yeah, you are.
We have to be very conscious about it.
Sergio.
I think this year the change of regulation was so big for everyone. During the past years, there was always something to change, but this year was really, really amazing. I mean, the first time I drove the car, I don't know if when I speak to other drivers, they feel the same. It was just so little downforce and so weak the car, very light on the rear, so very difficult to handle the car. And it took really a couple of races to go through the process, because the car was they were really difficult to drive. We have a lot of torque and less downforce. So they have made the car a bit more difficult to drive. And I think that has been one of the most challenging things, and obviously all the recovery system that we had and also on.
Well, I had a lot of difficult times in my career, so I think if I would, start to say everything, we will need maybe 2 or 3 hours, I guess, So.
Stop quickly, please.
I mean, I had a difficult time.
Let's just get to the recovery from your.
Okay,
your
I would say
injury.
2 things. The first one, it was when I was racing Formula Renault. I didn't have the money to race, and I came to Italy to do the Italian championships. It was 10 races, and I didn't have the money. I had the money to do 6 races of this championship, and I had to win. Otherwise, my career was going to be finished. So I managed to win the Italian championship, and then I did 1 race at the beginning of the season in the European, which was on the same weekend, and I won the race. So I won the both championship on the same year. So, and I think that was a difficult time, but gave me a lot of experience to carry on, to keep fighting. I would say my accident in Formula One with Ferrari was a very difficult moment, to recover, to put your mind on the good line again. But I'm still here fighting, so you have many difficult times,
We're glad you are. We're glad you are. Anybody over the age of 10 that brings a Smurf doll to an F1 event has my attention. What's your question? Oh, it's Papa Smurf. That makes it okay.
Faster than me.
Was Fernando Alonso faster than Felipe Massa? Well, given that Fernando's not here and Felipe is, no way.
Well, I think, Fernando is a great driver. He has an incredible talent. He's really fast. But, I mean, I think you can be faster than him. I think he's not, it's possible to beat him. You need to do a perfect job to beat him. That's pretty clear, but it is possible. So, but he's definitely a great driver. I think we cannot really forget that he's had an incredible career, and he's always quick in whatever teammate he had. So he's a good driver, but we can beat him.
Not in that Audi. No, I'm kidding. Yes, the microphone back here, and then you, sir. Go ahead, but first back here.
Alrighty, my question's for Felipe. With Marussia and Caterham not making the grid, Bernie Ecclestone is obviously using this as an opportunity to promote customer cars in Formula One. The purists might not really like that. The idea is that each team should field their own car. How do you feel about customer cars? Do you feel like that's the appropriate way to go forward, or is it more on FOM to help out the teams and make sure that the sport stays fair for everybody?
Well, I think it's difficult for us to answer because, you have so many things around Formula One. You have the racing, the technical side, the sporting side, but you have also the business side, which I have no experience to say exactly, everything, behind a team in terms of the business, the money, and that's why I think it's difficult to answer. I don't want to answer and give opinion which I don't think is the correct one, So for sure. And I think when
Is Gene Haas in the audience? Is that what? How do you feel about a U.S. team?
I think it's great.
Do you think it's going to happen? Do you think it's going to happen?
Well, I think honestly, I don't know him, but I heard that he's a very top business.
He's
man.
a billionaire who runs a successful NASCAR team.
Yeah, but I mean, he knows also what he's talking about. I mean, he has a big team in NASCAR. I mean, I think he can be really successful. And USA is a big country with big companies as well, which can be involved and which can be strong on the technologic, side to help the team and to, be like a strong team, not just a small team,
Well, I know it's a year and a half off, but I wouldn't mind seeing Alexander Rossi in that car, right? Yes, sir.
What portions of Circuit of the Americas are your favorite, and which portion do you find to be the most difficult, and why?
The question is, what part of the track is the most difficult? Which part of the track is their favorite? Esteban.
First sector is definitely my favorite. The fast corners, the S's, yes, very nice.
Is that also the most difficult for you?
No, I don't think. I mean, the last sector is pretty challenging. You have
that triple apex.
Yeah, the
triple apex right-hander with
it's
the two
very
lefts.
quick corner, and probably the tires are a little bit open temperature at the end of the lap, so pretty challenging there. Yeah.
I think the first sector is amazing. It's really fast, fluid, and when you get into a couple of corners like turn one, you really cannot see the apex. So it makes it really difficult to get it right. I think it's one of the most difficult parts of the track to get the corner right, lap after lap. And I think as well, I agree with Esteban, the last sector is very challenging. You have to be really precise. And it's very easy to lock the front wheels as well, the rears, and also there's some blind apex where you cannot see, so it makes it tricky, the last sector.
Well, I think the first sector is the most difficult. Starting corner one, as Checo said, it's really difficult corner. But then, when you start the high speed corners, if you start wrong or you're not in the right line, you destroy everything. So it's really the first sector is really important. If you start well there, maybe you can finish well. If you not start well, I think you destroy your lap.
Is there any part of any track, maybe you probably say Eau Rouge, but so let's put that aside. Any part of any track which is you're just happy to get through every time?
You have many. You have many. I mean, it depends on the track. So, you have many different corners, like corner one in the Suzuka. So when you just get really quick starting the lap, and then you have a very difficult first sector, a very nice one as well. But I think it depends on the track. You always have a place that is a little bit more difficult and is a little bit more easy to make mistakes and not making the perfect lap.
Nothing. I know you guys are some of the bravest people on the planet for what you do. I give you full credit. I couldn't do it. Esteban, I mean, is there any part of any track that does scare you? One part you get through, you're like, every lap, oh, I'm glad I made it through that part. No, nothing. I figured that. I should have it was a stupid question on my part.
You cannot be scared in Formula One. Never.
Yeah. Hold on. You know what? I like your jumping way in the back, so you get A for effort with the hat on.
Thank you. My question is to all of them. They don't have to answer in blank. But what do you feel is the proper back off when going through a yellow zone? And this is
We got it.
one of those
Yep.
flows that help you when you're stuck in that yellow zone.
Okay, so we have a corner worker here in the audience. And by the way, thank you for all the work you do, both here and even at my level at SCCA. You guys have saved my tail a number of times, so thank you. What is the proper level of backing off going into a local yellow?
Me or you? Huh?
The experienced one.
Well,
older one.
To be honest, I don't remember a race that a driver was had the penalty because it was too quick on the yellow flag. So
They don't police it.
You know, I think if you have a double yellow flag and you really need to almost stop the car, and you don't do it, and nobody, I mean, the FIA doesn't give you a penalty, so you can. We always tried everything we can on the limit, you know. So I think that's maybe it's the answer. So I think I don't remember a race that a driver will get the penalty because he was too quick on the double yellow flag.
Do you think, and I hear your point, because listen, as a racer myself, I'll tell you, we use it as a time to make up time. I'll just fully admit it, we don't slow down as much as we should. Do they need to make a speed limit, a radar gun?
Yeah, I think it's very intelligent.
Something like pit lane speed in NASCAR. It's this, and if you're over it, you get a penalty. Would you support that?
I think, first of all, now they need to put a safety car. If for whatever reason they don't want to put a safety car, they need to do something to reduce completely the speed on that sector, on that corner or whatever you have the double yellow flag.
No, we trust you.
He says he doesn't trust you one bit. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
So those of us that race are never going to get to drive a Formula One car, but we'd love to hear what your favorite supercar is that we might have the opportunity to drive someday.
I assume you mean street legal.
Yes. Street legal, yes.
I really like the 458 from Ferrari. I think it's a great car.
What about the rest of you?
This just in, Perez wants to drive for Ferrari. Just change the and the and you get an entirely different headline. That's true, and who doesn't? Yeah.
I have two, the BMW M4 and BMW M4 and the 458 Ferrari.
You only get one, not multiple.
Let us dream. What's wrong with you? They can dream. They're Formula One drivers.
Well, I think the most incredible and strong and amazing car I drove, it was the LaFerrari. It was really incredible.
Have you driven it?
Yeah.
What's it like?
The top car.
Do you need a
top
co-driver?
of the top.
Can I come with you next time?
Yeah, sure.
What actually, that's a good question, and you may not want to answer it. What is your daily driver? What's Felipe Massa cruising around in?
I have a Mercedes E63. And I need a space for my son as well, so I'm getting old, you know.
As these two guys have reminded you about 8 times. Do you foresee a Formula One car with a car seat in the back?
Yeah.
Because there's, there is a, yeah, okay. Yes, sir, you're tall, so I like you. What do you think of the double points in Abu Dhabi? If you win, it's great.
Yeah, I mean, definitely it's a good challenge for everyone. It's something new for all of us. I mean, it's one race that can decide a lot, especially because it's the last race. It can decide a position in the Constructors' Championship. It can decide 2 or 3 positions in the Drivers' Championship. And so I think it's going to create a big speculation and a big emotion about that race. So I think it's definitely a good thing for everyone.
You're smiling. You like it?
No, I'm not smiling because if I had the double points 2008, I was going to be world champion. So.
Got hot in here, didn't it? I meant to call on you earlier, and I tanked it. I'm sorry, sir.
No problem. Esteban, first of all, I want to say it was pretty good to see you throw your helmet and finally get that frustration out. But is the financial pressure on the team having any effect on your ability to perform in the track? As we see 2 teams missing here this race, does it have any pressure on you?
Yes, it is. I mean, it's a reality, and you cannot, you cannot hide it. It's something that it's been there. We've been having a lot of reliability issues in the car, and we've been in a position to score the points quite a lot of times, and every time there is something going wrong in the car, and it's been putting a lot of pressure in the team and on myself as well to be very precise everywhere and to get those opportunities again.
You know what? I'm glad you asked the financial question too. Being from the financial network, you think I would remember that own question myself. Would anybody here, and there's no way you're going to answer it, but I'm going to ask it anyway, support a cost cap in Formula One? I'm asking them, not you. You're asking the questions. Cap the cost. I knew that. I had to ask it. You know, that's why the NFL is so good.
We are not team principals.
What's that?
We are not team principals.
I know. I'm going to ask it anyway. Yes, the gray shirt. What does your shirt say? Nice. Favorite tracks. After Austin. Which I think is technically in Bastrop. Lost Pines, nice resort. Favorite track? Sao Paulo.
Well, I love Sao Paulo, but I think the favorite track for me is the old style Spa and Suzuka.
Nice. Good job.
I really like Monaco. To race in the streets is really, you really feel the car on the limit. And if you do a mistake, you can really have a big crash, as I had one in my first year. So I will choose Monaco, obviously, Suzuka, Silverstone, those all circuits are really, really cool. Spa.
Esteban.
I like Singapore a lot.
That's a cool race. That Marina Bay Sands at the top looking down is spectacular.
No,
Hey,
but the track layout, and it's very physical, it's very challenging, so I like it very much.
Quick question. Is there any track where the car, or what track I should say, where the car matters the least? Is it Monaco? The driver matters the most.
Well, everywhere it matters the car, but I think Monaco is where the driver can make a little bit more different than any other track.
You know what I mean? If you're pulling 10 miles an hour more down a straightaway.
I think maybe Monaco in the rain.
There you go. Yeah. We're going to wrap it up here. Yeah, go ahead. You've been waiting patiently. Favorite track that Formula One no longer races at?
For me,
the original Nürburgring. No. One lap race and it's over.
It's Turkey. I won 3 times, so.
Sergio?
One race that I really wanted to go is Imola. I really like that place. I think it's a really, really nice circuit.
Yeah, well, and Esteban, since all the current tracks are the ones you've only ever raced, since you're 12, no. If you're going to make fun of his age, I'm going to make fun of your youth. What is there a track in your historical knowledge that you would love to go back in time and race at?
Yes, Kyalami.
South Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, yeah, what happened to that track? That's a good question. Waving the hat.
Okay, when you were growing up as a kid, this for each of you, who was your role model in Formula One?
Formula One role model. Is there anybody, as you were growing up in karting or whatever you did, that you looked up to that was a professional driver at the time?
You mean
Well, lifestyle is clearly James Hunt, but what about from a driving perspective?
Okay. Gilles Villeneuve.
Gilles Villeneuve?
Yeah, it was top one.
Epic battle with
Senna,
Senna.
I think, it was Senna. I think was the in my opinion, it was the most incredible driver. But I think, but I always love to see. The style of Gilles Villeneuve. It was really nice.
You know what's amazing about Senna? 20 years after his passing, you've got the Nacional hat on.
It was the first thing I saw when I got this.
Yeah.
When I got here.
It is, and that battle, Villeneuve, and I think it was Rene Arnoux. That epic was 79, greatest battle in Formula One history. No offense.
I was really inspired by Senna, what I heard from him, and I really admire what he did. It's amazing. As it's not only the driver, I think the person as well, how his character. It's great to hear so many things about him. So it's why we have still so many things about Senna around the world.
And an awesome documentary. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's amazing. Esteban.
Yes, and I think the charisma of Senna was very special, and it was a great combination of, driver as a sport and also as a person to the people and to the fans and everybody.
Yeah. We're gonna, just a couple more. These guys are being very generous with their time. I know it's hot in here. Yes, sir. Guy's showing off his language skills. By the way, it's muito quente in here, isn't it right? Muito quente. Thank you.
I asked this of Rossi last year, but a little bit similar. You touched on Haas having a team, Rossi, an American driver. Hopefully, we'll get him up, with another team. What do you think it will take to get Americans as interested in Formula One as is obvious by you gentlemen? The Latin market seems to love it.
How do we, let me shorten up because of time. How do we get Americans really interested in Formula One as much as the rest of the world? Is that a fair way to state it? There you go. That's why I'm here for free, actually. How do we get Americans interested? I mean, they are. Look at you guys.
Yeah, there is great fans from America, and actually, Austin and this event is one of the best events of fans you can have. It's.
Where else do you get a guitar?
I think
Esteban.
Nowhere. No, to have more races in America would be great because America is big. So.
Would you support a second Grand Prix? Maybe
Definitely.
the New York waterfront or Las Vegas?
Yes, New Jersey, Las Vegas, Long Beach. Why not?
Yeah, you know what? I live in New Jersey. Thank you, because it actually is in New Jersey, not New York. So we'll call it the New Jersey Grand Prix. That's right. Yeah, baby. You know what I'm talking about. I lived in Hoboken for years. Go ahead, Sergio.
Every time I come to Austin, I can see it's growing in Formula One, and it's really nice. I did this fan fest with all of you last year, and many of you last year, and I can see now more interaction, more knowledge of all the fans. So it's something good, and I really hope we can have a second Grand Prix. As I'm sure for most of the drivers, the teams is one of the best Grand Prix we get in Austin. So hopefully we can get a second Grand Prix.
If you had the opportunity, would you do a NASCAR race? Don't. You can like them both. You can like them all. You don't have to choose a side. Again, this is not politics.
My brother drives in NASCAR. I have a brother, so I really follow up what's going on there, and I find it really, really interesting. And NASCAR is big here because you have a lot of races, but I think the racing is very different. You cannot compare anything. So even the markets, I think they're quite different as well.
Okay, I got the hook. But the last question to the friend of the Papa Smurf bearer. What are your views on social media in Formula One? I mean, you have to use it, but do you like it?
I like them. I like them because you can say, you can say what you want in them, and you interact with your people, with all the fans that support you, and you give your voice, no? Because sometimes what you read in the news is not true. It's not what you say. So what you say in your Twitter or your Facebook accounts or whatever.
I don't know what news you're watching.
It's just what you say. So I really, really like, and I think it's a good thing to interact with the people.
How many days after a terrible race will you wait to check Twitter?
Many, till the next race.
I feel it. Okay, we're gonna wrap it up. Listen, there's gonna be we're gonna get some hats out. Right? But please, before we go, two things. Number one, when they throw the hats out, be respectful of your friends and the people that come here. Yeah. That means you, big guy. Also, before we go, let's do another round of applause for Grand Prix, John Fody's Grand Prix Fund, Gibson, and let's all keep Michael Schumacher and Jules Bianchi in our thoughts, right? Get well soon. Thank you for coming.